Hi, I'm Dean with Maxi-Lift. This is another in our ongoing series of pro tips. Did you know that product buildup in your bucket elevator can affect capacity and airflow? I'm going to talk about that here because of an application I had come up just not too long ago. A customer called and said, "We're not getting capacity in our bucket elevator anymore, and we'd like you to come out and take a look and figure out why." Now I got out there, it was a feed mill that's making pellets. In this particular case, when I got there, this is what I happened to find. The first photo you'll see here is that we're standing on a catwalk looking down on two conveyors feeding two bucket elevators. They're twin bucket elevators doing the exact same thing, except one is having problems and the other one is not. Let's take a look at a closer view of the first bucket elevator that's having a problem. Now, one thing I want to point out that I'm going to address in another pro tip, and that is the inlet position here is too low. And that can be a problem. But the main thing is you can see where it's coming in. Let's look around on the other side of the other bucket elevator. That inlet is a little bit higher. They're both feeding on the upside and it's feeding in the correct position. I want you to keep that in mind because we'll talk about that again later, as I mentioned. Now, let's open up the bottom of that boot of that bucket elevator and take a look at what's happening inside. As you can see, there's product built up all over on the buckets, on the sides of the boot, and everywhere. And you wonder what is going on here. Well, it's handling pellets, but what the customer had done is recently changed the ingredients of the pellet and they're adding more urea. What happens with urea is that when it gets hot and humid, it becomes sticky. At least the fines become sticky. So you can see that the fines have stuck to many places on the bucket and on the boot. Let's go up to the head section now and take a look at what's happening up there. As you can see the buckets coming off of the head pulley, there's product built up all over the sides of the head section as well as on the buckets again. Now, the next photo is going to show as we look at the side of the discharge opening. It almost looks like a spongy material, but it's not. I tried to stick my thumbnail into it and it was hard as concrete. I called it dragon skin just because of the way it looked and the way it felt. Now, one more photo of that discharge area is the discharge spout. As you come off into a spout, you expect it to be a nice round circle going out. In this case, it's all jagged and rugged because the product is built up so much around there. There's almost like maybe a 4 or 5 inch opening, but it's very ragged and the product can't get through. What that means is that pellets are trying to go out, air is trying to go out, but it cannot. Let's look further down the discharge spout. The next couple of photos there are showing about 20 feet away as that spout feeds into a cushion box. Yes, it's starting to get cleaned out a little bit more just because we have more product that is flowing maybe more quickly and it's cleaning out the spout. But all of this creates a lot of back pressure with the air. Now, two things are happening with that area that's all constricted. First of all, the pellets can't get out and the air can't get out. And if you could see what's happening as the product is trying to be discharged from the buckets, it's actually being held up in the air, causing it to fall down the downside. That's why they're not able to get capacity, because product is falling back down the downside. They're forcing the bucket elevator to get more capacity than it's supposed to get. And what happens to those pellets when they fall down the downside? They get hit by the buckets again, they roll around more, they break, they create more fines. So in this situation, all those fines are sticky, they're going to stick to everything again. So in this situation, what the customer needs to do is first of all, clean out everything in that head section, possibly replace that discharge spout so they've got a clean discharge to allow the product and the airflow to go out. And then also, they need to change that inlet position of the boot because they're getting damaged down there as well. So if you have questions about product flow in your bucket elevator, contact Maxi-Lift. For all of us at Maxi-Lift, I'm Dean Wedekind. This has been Pro Tips. Thanks for watching.